When I first started baking, I didn't know how to line a pan with parchment paper. Now I do. So I'm going to show you my technique. So today I'm doing a square pan. First, I checked to make sure that the parchment paper was big enough to have some overhang on all the sides of the square. I take a pencil and I carefully trace an outline of the bottom of the pan onto the parchment paper. You don't have to be too neat with this. So you'll see a nice little square here, and I'm basically going to use each side of these squares to fold down a nice crisp line. I do this on all four sides because I basically want to go ahead and use these sides to help position the parchment paper inside of the pan. With a little fast forwarding, you'll see that I'm all done now. And basically, you'll see that all of these nicely folded lines will help the parchment paper lie nicely inside of the pan. So I take some scissors and I cut 4 times, just a little bit right there. Once I have all these 4 slits cut, then I go ahead and cut out a triangle piece. Again, this is so that the paper will lie nicely. I cut the same triangle piece off corresponding in each of these corners. Now once I'm done, this is what it's going to look like. And this is the perfect piece to lie inside of the pan. So first I'm going to go ahead and butter up my pan nicely. Now I take a stick of butter. You can also just use your hands, and I really try to get in there in all the corners, especially so that it will lie nicely. I take quite a bit of time to do this, but once I'm all done, I go ahead and set down the butter stick and lay the parchment paper inside of the pan. You can already see that it starts to lay very nicely with very little effort. I fold the cutout triangle pieces to the back, and I let the rectangle piece sit up front. This is basically what helps position it, because I'm going to go ahead and press it down nicely. And once it's sitting down snugly in a position that I like, I'm actually going to go ahead and clean it up a little by trimming off some of the top pieces with some scissors. This isn't absolutely necessary, but I just don't want the parchment paper to be that long. So once I'm all done, the final step is basically just to use a little bit more butter just to really kind of press down some of these loose edges. So I take the stick of butter, and then whenever I see an edge sticking up, I just put just a little bit more butter and then press it together and just kind of seal it down nicely. And I do this basically on any of the little pieces that I feel are kind of sticking out. And then that's basically it. I've lined the square pan with parchment paper. It's simple, but still very helpful to have an explanation video. This is the way we line it when we make our brownies or Rice Krispie treats, and the brownies recipe is coming up soon.